Let's talk dew points. Now, when you want to know how humid you're going to feel or how sticky it's going to be when you step outside, you want to take a look at the dew point temperature. The dew point temperature is the temperature that the air temperature needs to be cooled to in order for the atmosphere to reach 100% saturation. Now, when that dew point temperature glows up, it gets closer to 70 degrees, and that's when it will start to feel oppressive if you're stepping outside. Now let's take a look at an example. When the air temperature outside is 95 degrees and the dew point temperature is 70 degrees, when you combine them together, we get a heat index. That's your feels like temperature, which is a combination of the heat and the humidity, and that makes it feel more like 102 degrees if you're stepping outside. So if you're trying to figure out just exactly how humid it's going to feel when you step outside, don't worry about that relative humidity and just focus on that dew point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out more explainer videos as well as experiments at wnyt.com/FWE. Thanks for watching. It's about to get foggy. Now, if you're up early on in the day, you've probably seen fog in the morning hours, but how does fog form and why is it so common during the morning? We're about to find out. Now, to break it down simply, fog is basically just a cloud that reaches the ground surface. And the most common type of fog that we are going to be talking about today is known as radiation fog. Now, radiation fog typically occurs on nights with clear skies and calm winds when heat absorbed by the Earth's surface during the day radiates outwards into space at night. And what happens is this cools the Earth's surface until it reaches, the air near the surface reaches saturation or 100% relative humidity, and thus that is when this fog can form. Now, fog can cause limited visibility on roadways overnight into the early morning hours, but once that sun rises in the morning and temperatures warm up throughout the day, that is when that fog will evaporate.
Can you feel the heat? Every summer in the capital region, we always have a few days where temperatures get into the 90s or higher, and we're taking a look at an example of if the air temperature is at 95. It's important to remember that although the air temperature is in the 90s, the surface temperature is most likely going to be warmer. So when we're at 95 in a shady spot, it's actually cooler. Shaded grass, the temperature is around 90 degrees. However, if you go to a sunlit grass spot, that temperature jumps quickly, 10 to 15 degrees. We're already in that 100-degree range for a surface temperature. If you go over to the concrete, that temperature jumps even higher. We're at 120 degrees, and it's important to remember if you are a pet owner, it takes about 5 minutes for paws to burn on a surface temperature of 120 degrees. If you move over to the asphalt into the roadways, that temperature jumps even higher to the 140-degree range, and paw burns can occur at a minute or less. Keep in mind the 7-second rule. If you take your hand and place it on the surface of the ground, if you can't hold it there for 7 seconds, it's too hot to walk your pet on that surface. Do you feel that breeze? Here's why that happens. So let's talk about a sea breeze. If you're looking at a parcel of land right by the shoreline, what happens as the sun rises first thing in the morning, it's going to try to warm both things up at the same rate. However, water takes longer to warm up than it does over land. So as the land air starts to warm, that air will start to rise up into the atmosphere. It'll give you a very weak area of low pressure near the surface, and that air will continue to rise, and what's going to start to happen over the large body of water is some cooler, more dense air is going to start to sink down towards the surface of the water and then push further inland. Now, since air moves from areas of high pressure to low pressure, that's why you get wind. So all that air moving from the body of water towards the land creates that breeze that you feel whenever you head out towards a body of water. If we're talking about a land breeze, think about it the opposite way around, and this is what usually happens at nighttime. The ocean is now, or the body of water, maybe the lakes, are looking warmer than what is going on at the land. So as the land continues to cool faster, that air is going to surge back out over the bodies of water. Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions about what we just talked about or any other weather-related phenomena, feel free to reach out to us on either social media or send us an email, and who knows, maybe next week we'll be talking about that subject. Thanks everyone.